Quick interruption. Hey guys, this is Hashim. I wasn't in an episode, but there's some breaking news we got to talk about. Kanye West is running for president. What's your guys' thoughts?
Dude, I literally just saw this. We literally got this like 5 minutes after finishing the recording, and I could not wait until next week to put this into the podcast. So here we are. So this, in my opinion, is one of the worst things to possibly could have happened in 2020. Oh, that's a lie. It's not one of the worst things, but it's just really annoying because Hashim, why? You
I
probably know.
mean, honestly, it just gives Trump more of a chance of winning because it's honestly going to split the Democratic Party because most of Trump's base are the boomers who are not going to vote for Kanye. They probably don't even know who Kanye is, to be honest.
I mean,
While a lot of people don't like Joe Biden. So for the memes, they're going to vote for Kanye.
dude, people are gonna vote for Kanye just so they can get Kim Kardashian to be first lady. That's it's literally what they're gonna be doing. Like literally, the last couple of elections had really low the voter turnout. This one's gonna have tons just for the memes, bro. It's so annoying. People, oh god.
Our
It's
generation is
it
kind of a meme generation as well. So like, did you hear like how many people voted for Harambe in like the last election?
it was
And
about
there's
6,000 or more people that voted for
yeah,
Harambe.
and there's like a whole
It makes me kind of suspicious because of how personal Trump and Kanye's relationship is, and they're very good friends. Even if they don't say they are, we've seen that they are. So it makes me conspiracy theorist inside of me thinks that Trump was like, "Hey, Kanye, run for president to get some votes away from the Democrats." Because let's be honest, Trump's electoral base is going to be an older generation who don't really care about these people. Yet the Democrats and Biden's people are going to be still a little bit younger age. People who care about this. So there is a chance that people who weren't even attempting to vote before come out and vote for Kanye, or people who actually want to support Kanye come out and vote for him. It's
honestly, that's not
fine.
a bad
It's it's
conspiracy. I wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
put
it's
I,
fine. Yeah, yeah. It's
Wait,
fine that that happens, but the thing is, fine. He might his policies might be good. Everything might be good. Even if they come out as a joke, haha, fine, whatever. He's not qualified to run this country, just like Trump was. We don't need another unqualified person to run this country into the ground. We need, fine, Biden might think, but it's lesser of two evils, and we need him. And this is a huge distraction that takes away from the Democratic base. Go ahead, what were you saying?
nah, I was just saying that I definitely wouldn't put it past Trump because he's all running being different from the normal. So like him using different tactics to get the presidency is something that I wouldn't put it past him.
we're just gonna have to see what happens. Honestly, it might just be one big meme. I mean, Elon Musk did say he supports Kanye like literally instantly after he tweeted that. But we'll just see what happens. Never forget, Joe Exotic ran for president, and
Yo, what if he had Elon Musk as his vice president? That'd be like the tag team meme team.
oh god, dude, that'd be awful, bro. I don't trust Elon's politics anymore.
Honestly, Kanye, you chose slavery.
Kanye, you chose slavery, West. Yes. Knock knock, Mr. West is in the building. Yeah, okay, cool, we're good. All right, guys. Well,
What
enjoy the episode. We just had to add this real quickly. All right, yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 12 of the What to Deuce podcast. Today's a special episode because Omer and Hashim are both not here. Yes, they're off on some sort of adventure, not together, but like they're just off doing stuff. So it's just me this week. Well, that's actually a lie because I'm joined with back from popular demand, Sahir. What's up, my dude?
What's good, guys? Playboy Packy. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, and I'm not actually mad that you like introduced yourself to this like that this time. I've just kind of accepted that that's just like what you're gonna do, so it's okay.
I am slow, so you have to deal with it. I'm sorry. Plus, I'm narcissistic, so you have to deal with it.
You just want those followers, bro. You want all five of
I'm
our
at a,
followers.
I'm at 277. Just get me to 282 somehow, please.
Speaking of people here for the clout, I'm kidding, guys. My boy Soju's here. You guys might remember him from the PlayStation video from a couple days ago, but now he's on the podcast. Yay!
What's good, everybody? Yeah, my name's Suji. First time podcast, third time podcaster, second time guest. Happy to be on the show. Uh, and yeah, I'm only at 163, so if you also could follow me on Twitter, that'd be
Everyone's
greatly
just plugging their
appreciated.
like. Okay, cool.
I'm not plugging my main stuff until the end of the show. Don't worry.
Hey, you got to leave a little surprise for them. You got to leave a surprise for the people who are dedicated. I appreciate that.
Little split.
There's so many things that happened this week. One of the amazing things about the whole Black Lives Matter movement is all the change that's been occurring because of it. People are finally realizing America has made the stupidest decisions when it comes to naming things. And that's why the Washington Redskins, a team that I actually enjoyed for a little bit of time when I was younger, because I felt closer to DC than Baltimore. But they're finally changing their names, or they're in the process of changing their names. How do we
That's
all feel
right,
about this,
ladies and
guys?
gentlemen. They're becoming the DC Redskins.
I saw that. I saw that on Twitter too. Yes. Uh, so, Sire, what do you think about this? Is it about time, or do you have like a hot take you want to get into?
Yeah, so I feel like this is something that had been coming for a while, and like when I say a while, I mean decades on decades.
Hmm.
This is something that has been pushed by hundreds of people, millions of people. The reason that the name wasn't changed in the past was because of random polls done in the 90s and 2000s, where about 56% of Native Americans said the name wasn't disrespectful. Comparatively, I don't know where they got these polls. By the way, I don't know what reservations they used or anything. They just had random polls conducted, so there wasn't too much authenticity to it. But in recent days, more polls have been done, and about 87 to 90% of Native Americans and people who practice Native American religions say that the Redskins logo, the Redskins memorabilia, everything that has to do with the Redskins
Mm.
name is very offensive. And so Washington Redskins, the company, did not do anything about this. It had to be the stadium,
Mhm.
FedEx Field, where they play. They said, we won't let you play anymore unless you change your name, which is why they're changing the name now. The
Yeah.
Redskins organization is has done nothing for it. The only reason they're changing the name is because they need a field to play. And honestly, I love FedEx for this move because this is using your platform, using your platform for something positive, using a
Mm.
platform to actually make change in a way that I remember for years and years to come.
Interesting,
Um,
Sire. This sounds very reminiscent of a conversation we had in the previous podcast about the
I
NBA.
know, I know.
Anyway.
To give a small summary, in the past we've had a conversation about NBA players such as LeBron James and so forth using their platform to not play for the NBA and just not play in general to create movement for Black Lives Matter and just to create movement for the justice for minorities and Black people around the U.S. So using that conversation, yes, I commend FedEx on their move because this is, first of all, it's great marketing, like business standpoint. This is great marketing because you get a lot of people on your side. This is good for socialism for the company.
Socialism?
But
Wait, hold
on,
up, what?
I
What?
try to use a big word. I don't know what
I
it
think you mean
means.
social justice.
That
Social
joint right
justice.
there, yeah. Um, and it's really good generally as well because it forces you to change this clearly offensive logo, a clearly offensive name that's been used in a part of the U.S. that doesn't even represent that type of people that much, and
The
you're forcing them to change all that and turn it into something positive. It's a good move, and it's definitely at an amazing time with the movement and with the increase in the Black Lives Matter movement. Um,
do y'all know
so
why they're like Native Americans are called Redskins? Like, do you guys like know the history behind that?
I do not.
educate us, educate us.
Okay, so it's absolutely insane. Like, I don't want to say that the Disney Peter Pan movie created the stereotype because it definitely existed way before that. But the
Hmm.
stereotype goes that like Native Americans smoke way too much to where their face just turns absolutely red. Like, they smoke and drink so much that their skin just like completely changes like shade. So that's where it came from. Like, the colonizers and like the people who came here, just they saw the Native Americans as such like addicts, I guess, that like they started calling them Redskins. So like, yeah,
Okay, I mean, yeah. Colonizers and that they literally use the most offensive things and like the dumbest things to make nicknames. So I'm not surprised.
I know. Colonizers are racist. Who would have guessed?
uh,
Gasp.
did y'all hear like the suggestions they came up with for the name change?
All I heard was Warriors, Washington Warriors.
Yeah,
That's not bad.
yeah, I saw that too. They were gonna call it Washington Warriors and go like full Spartan with it. I think, which I think is a really good
Hmm.
idea. I think that's good. I also heard Washington Red Tails because like a majority of the
Ooh.
people who were on the Red Tails fire pilot team were from the DMV area. So I thought that was a really good idea as well. Like, the logo would just be like one of the Red Tails pilots and like a plane.
Yeah, fighter jet. Okay.
Y'all know what the Red Tails
That'd be
are,
pretty
right?
No,
cool.
but I'm guessing they're like some kind of pilots that perform in the sky.
No, they were, correct me if I'm wrong, because my history is absolute garbage, but they were a division that flew in World War II of like African American
Hmm.
pilots who were really, really good.
They were actually, I think they were like one of the only African American pilots, and they were really, really good. They did like really important missions for the America during that time.
There's a movie about him. You can go check it out.
So with this name change, I think this is really awesome. But I think this creates like a bigger conversation. Since we're changing names, let's just change DC's name as well. Because what does DC stand for, guys? Just let me know again.
District of Columbia.
And who got canceled like a couple weeks ago?
That boy Chrissy Columbus.
My boy Christopher Columbus. Everyone was like shutting down all the statues, taking them down. And I completely agree with that stuff because that man was terrible. But why do we still call the capital of America the District of Columbia? Like, why are we still doing this? So, like, in my opinion, we should call them. We should call the new Redskins name the Washington Columbos. Because who loved Native Americans more, other than Christopher Columbus?
I get your point, but here's the thing: the name Columbia isn't derived from the name Columbus. It's actually a personification of the U.S. in the female form. It was made during World War II, around World War II. It's it's just a historical name that's applied to the Americas back in the day. Like, when I say back in the day, I mean like the 1700s. But Columbia is just a female personification of the U.S. made in the 50s.
You do know that DC was called DC before the 50s, right?
Oh, no, we should. Okay, no. I'm in the 1730s.
You know, America wasn't founded until 1776, right?
Yeah, but like I said, it became a personification for the United States. Yes, in the 90s, in the 1900s, but it was used to describe the Americas, South and North America, when they were being discovered in the 1730s and 1740s.
Now I know my history is not great, but I feel like everything you said was wrong, and I don't know why.
I'm gonna Google this real quick.
I literally
Okay, so
Googled
name...
Columbia name.
Okay, sorry. I just Googled this real quick. The name Columbia, derived from explorer Christopher Columbus, was used during American Revolution era as a patriotic reference for the United States. So yeah, it's Christopher Columbus, my guy.
You gonna smash this whole joint out? You're not gonna put that joint in there?
I just
Go
love how
ahead.
adamant you were about it, bro. Like, it's crazy.
No, because I googled literally Columbia name, and the first thing that popped up was Columbia. It's the female personification of the United States. It was also used as a historical name applied to the Americas and the New World. Wikipedia.
So yeah, I think the next movement should be changing DC's name, honestly, because like I don't understand why we're still naming it after Christopher Columbus.
Don't forget Columbia, Maryland, and Columbus, Ohio.
Yes, yeah. I forgot how many cities were named after Columbia.
Yeah, but honestly, that change will probably come before any change that is significant. Which I didn't mean to bring it down, but like the way things have been going, they're kind of quick to be like, all right, we'll give you this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, it's basically like when you would tell your parents, like, Mom, can you get me this toy? It's like, all right, I got you candy. It's like, cool, but the toy, all right, here's 2 candies. But my 3 candies, final offer.
But I hate almond joys. We'll just see. I mean, the NFL is definitely taking strides, but like it's still gonna be called the Washington D.C.
Well, it's called Washington something. It's not Washington D.C. something.
Yeah. But like
But the only downside is I will no longer be able to say Redskins or Deadskins. I've been saying that since 7th grade, and now it's gone. That's a legacy.
Now, is that because...
Wait, Soji, why were you saying Redskins or Deadskins? Doesn't that seem like kind of problematic?
Now I realize, yes, but at the time I was saying it because the Redskins have been historically a bad team.
Yes,
I did not.
Okay.
Keep in mind, I've been saying this since 6th grade.
We went to the first round. We went to the first round of the playoffs once in 2016, and I was the happiest guy ever. We had what's his name, Kirk Cousins, leading us to the first round. That's the farthest we got the entire decade.
I didn't realize you were such a Redskins fan.
I mean, I rep the home team just in case they get good, and I could be like, oh, we supported them, So I also support the Washington Wizards, which I actually do because I like John Wall and Bradley Beal.
Wall's the only reason you like the Wizards, really.
John Wall and Bradley Beal. These days, Bradley Beal, like in the last 3 or 4 years, I like Bradley Beal more just because of his shooting ability and his IQ awareness, and John Wall just being injury prone and not being able to shoot from the floor. But Yeah.
This is actually a really amazing segue to my next topic, which was I really wanted to talk about 2K and all the news that was going on about that. Are y'all keeping up with the whole 2K stuff?
The last I heard about 2K is they made a cover, they put it out, and then somebody on Twitter immediately made a better cover.
Which
Honestly, bro.
happens every year.
Honestly, bro, I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie. I actually really like the covers. There's four covers. There's four covers, and two of the athletes on them are kind of problematic. I don't really like two of the athletes on there. Like Damian Lillard's is fine, but why is Zion on the freaking cover? I don't understand that. I feel like
you say he's too hyped.
it's too hype. Like it's just hype. Like, he's played like what, like 6 games. Like he hasn't even played. He hasn't even played for a full year, bro. Like why is he on the 2K cover? Anyway.
He's played 19 games. He's played 19 games, but he's on the cover just because of the hype. Because they know it'll sell. It's a marketing move. It's not about legacy. It's not about being great. It's about marketing. They know if they put Zion on the cover, they will get it will be a trending topic. People will talk about 2K more clearly, and it'll just be a thing. That's why they put him on cover.
Ironically, Zion being on the cover is not the talking point that I wanted to talk about. So, like I said, there's four covers for NBA 2K 21, and the reason behind that is because there is the original version of the game, which is for PS4, Xbox One, uh, and Stadia apparently. And then there's the Mamba edition, which has Kobe Bryant on it, Xbox One and PS4 and Stadia. And then there's also gonna be the upgrades, right? The upgrades to the PS5 and Xbox Series X for both of those versions, right? And the
Right.
reason I want to bring this up is because so unlike other game studios like Cyberpunk and I think Ghost of Tsushima as well, where basically you can upgrade your game for free. 2K is making you pay $100 just to upgrade from this generation to the next generation. And when I read that, I was just like, that's insane to me. And the reason I'm bringing it up is because I feel like since 2K is going to make so much money doing this, I feel like everyone is just going to do this from now on.
I see no problem with this.
Okay, Soji, I see you have
No, I'm
money.
playing. I don't even. Yeah, I have money because I don't waste it on 2K.
Sahir.
Okay. Listen. I had 2K16. I did not buy any 2K games since 2K16. I actually bumped off of you for 2K18, and yes, this year I bought 2K20 for full price. Call me a villain. I don't care.
Okay, so the
Uh,
reason this is like kind of upsetting is because like I'm actually going to be playing 2K20 next week because they're giving it away for free on PlayStation. So I was like, hey, I might as well get it now, right? But the reason I
oh,
wasn't ever going to buy it is because like I saw the whole like loot system, like basically you had to like gamble to get all the players for your my team thing, and I'm like, this is BS. I don't want to do this because I know in like 6 months when like the next 2K game comes out, I'm not going to be able to transfer my players over. So like, what's the point of doing any of this? And now with this, um, 2K is actually doing something nice where basically any players you get for your my team on like the current generation, you're able to transfer them over, but you're not going to be able to transfer over your my career player. So the character that you make, the character you're going to spend the most time with, the one like who you plug all your like virtual currency into, you're not going to be able to transfer them over to the next generation. So like you're just going to be wasting your time. So in my eyes, there's like zero point of buying this year's 2K, and you just gotta wait for when you buy the next generation.
It's a thing in every 2K when you buy you have a brand new mic creator and everything. Not many people that I know play the build your team thing. Most people play my career and build their character. And every year, people it's a thing. You start a new career, you start a new career, and like you have a new player, build it from the bottom, and it's like a whole adventure. So I don't think many people are going to be utilizing the transfer over the system unless you're actually someone who professionally plays or is very very dedicated to your player. I think most people would just wait for the PS5 or something and then just start a new brand new my career. At
Nah,
least in
dude,
my experience.
that just seems like a waste of time and a waste of money because like people like day one they like buy a bunch of VC so that they can make their players super good and play online, right? And if you can't transfer any of that over, that just seems like a waste of time and a waste of money. Like it just seems like dirty practicing.
no, that's part
That's
of the
what
problem though, because so many people are willing to buy VC. They're willing to pay money just to upgrade their character to play online.
yeah.
2K, well, 2K probably sees it and is like, yeah, we know what we're doing, but they look at it and like it works, it makes them money, so why would they change it? Because 2K is one of those companies. at least for their sports games, they're more focused on like how can we make money off of this game as opposed to how can we make the best player experience.
Yeah,
I like how Sai was just like, yeah, instead of like, no, bro, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's 2K and EA that kill their games with microtransactions.
yeah, they do. It's VC has the game would be games would be much better and like much more skill based if you didn't have VC or VC played a little part rather than little part with just accessories and stuff. But because you can literally use VC to make a character better, a YouTuber literally come out, buy thousands of VC, and within 30 minutes they have a 99 overall character who's a
Mhm.
dunk specialist, a 3-point specialist, and he's dominating the online game. It's not skill based. It's not fun anymore. You're just
It's
buying the game.
it's pay to
Same
win.
thing with
It's
FIFA.
literally pay to win.
Same
Exactly.
yes. Same thing with FIFA. Same thing with Madden. It's same thing with boxing, whatever NHL, whatever games. All these games are being ruined by VC. It's already the same game every year. There's no difference. Only difference is you get updated rosters. Honestly, there's no difference every year. And with these microtransactions, people get discouraged to buy the game because they know that if they try to work hard, make a character, it doesn't matter. John sitting in Washington is gonna spend like $200, get all the VC he needs, and make a 3-point specialist that you cannot block. So
Hmm. And that's the sucky part because people are gonna. So okay, so I forgot to mention this. This is another big thing with 2K. Basically, the current gen version of 2K21 with Damian Lillard on it is gonna be $60 like normal price. But the PS5 and the Xbox Series X one with Zion on it is gonna be $70. And they said that all their next games are all gonna be all their next generation games are all gonna be $10 more, $70, and that's $70 plus all the microtransactions, things like that. And I'm thinking like I'm pretty sure all the studios are going to look at this and be like, hey, if 2K can get away with spending $70, let's just make all their games $70 now.
Yeah, I heard next gen games getting a price increase was a rumor that was floating around for a bit, but yeah, 2K was the first one to really bite the bullet on it, and I definitely think other companies are gonna follow suit, especially because it's 2K, it's gonna sell like crazy, and companies are gonna see that and be like, oh well, people must not have a problem with the price hike, so yeah, we can make everything 70. And I think another issue with that is the number of games that come out at full price, but definitely are not worth $60. So now you're gonna get even more of them worth 70 or $80.
honestly, honestly, I don't think this is the worst thing in the world because I don't know if you guys seen the documentaries and the videos and like the articles on it, but the video game industry, the developers of video games are in horrible working conditions. They are overworked and they're worked till the into their ground essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because of the price of the games. They have stayed the same since the beginning of time. It's been $60 a game. I think a little inflation is needed inside the video game industry. As a consumer, I hate it. As a consumer, I'm
Yeah.
angry. I'm like, I don't want prices to increase at all. Like, I'd rather have a free game than a $60 game, you know? But thinking about it through all sides, it's kind of good because it might allow the developers of the game to be paid better, or because they by the way they also are paid horribly. They aren't paid good at all.
Okay.
They're also overworked
Yeah.
and everything. So I feel like in the end, it's kind of a good thing, even if the consumers are suffering.
So,
Yeah.
so I think you're right to a certain extent, but the thing with the difference between like okay, so like take a game like The Last of Us 2 that just came out. Like a lot of people didn't like it, a lot of people liked it, but you cannot deny that that is a full game, right? Like there's no microtransactions. I don't think they're making DLC, so that's the entire story. They gave you the full package, right? When you buy
Mhm.
like NBA 2K, you don't get all the My Team players. You don't get all the cosmetics. You still gotta pay extra for that, or you gotta grind like crazy to get any of that stuff. And to be honest, the way they make these games is you barely ever get that stuff. So because of all those microtransactions things like that, 2K makes like almost $1 billion. Like they definitely have the amount of money, and it's not like 2K in particular are crunching their workers just because, like you said, they barely change anything. The animations, the graphic, they haven't really changed that much in the past 3 years. They're like slightly better, but not really, and I think that's mostly just because of the engine. But I don't think 2K can justify the inflation hike just because of all the microtransactions and all the added costs that are in the game. Like you don't even get a full game. You get like part of the game and then you gotta pay for more things. So I don't agree with that inflation thing.
Yeah, no,
It
2K.
doesn't apply when it comes to 2K, but I was talking generally in generally in video games. Yeah, when it comes to 2K, they're essentially using the same code and like essentially the same base thing from the last 5 years, with just slight cosmetic changes, menu changes, and like how it's presented. But I'm talking about like video games that are like that are not the same thing over and over again. You know, for 2K it's different.
Any yearly game really is different because they make so much money off of just microtransaction. They make millions, according to what I'm seeing. 2K makes millions off microtransactions.
No, I
Okay.
don't even doubt that for a second.
Yeah, no, I don't doubt that at all.
So they really have no reason. But I think they're definitely using the next gen as an excuse to hike up the price of their games and make more money.
And that's not even just like the fact that you have to pay like $100. Like you have to get the Mamba Forever edition to get the next generation version. So like the option is either you pay $70 to get the next gen version, or you pay $100, get the standard edition, and then you get the free next generation one. But you pay like 100. Am I making sense?
Kinda. I think I
Okay.
got you.
I saw like this massive flow chart, and like, it explained everything, and it was just like crazy to me. You know, guys, I was super excited to do this podcast. Like I was this close to canceling it just because of like all the headache that I had to deal with over the week. But like there's like so much that happened this week that I just felt like I needed to talk about it. I felt like if we waited another week, I would just like miss so much of the stuff I needed to talk about. But like before we get into like how have you guys been since like the last time you guys this is the first time you were on, but like, sorry, how's it been since like the last time you were on?
Man, it's been good, just like regular things, trying to handle this sudden spike in coronavirus cases and suddenly having to stop hanging out with friends once getting used to hanging out with them. Regular things. How's your summer been?
It's been good. I mean, this podcast has definitely been a really awesome distraction from everything that's going on. But I mean, hey, it also kind of forces me to be a bit more aware of everything that's going on as well. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. But it's I can't complain too much. Like I'm having a good time. So how have you been, man? Like, what have you been up to? I know you the main thing you want to say for a little bit later, but like other than that, like what's been going on with you?
Honestly, I've just been chilling. Like I found my good working routine for the week, and I'm really enjoying it.
Speaking of working, like I know you recently started doing DoorDash. Like, how's that been for you? Are you still doing it?
I'm about to never do DoorDash again. This joint is a waste of time.
Oh no, what happened, bro? Let's go into this.
It's just like not worth it because I also do delivery driving for another service called Shipped, which
Hmm.
is just groceries, right? So I tried splitting up my days between Shipped and DoorDash so I could try and make a little bit of money off of both. There was a day where I just did DoorDash, I think for maybe 2, 3 hours, and I made a grand total of
$6.
$24.50
Yeah.
with no tips.
What day were you doing it?
Monday.
Okay. I don't know. Like, I feel bad because I was definitely the one who like got you on that. But like, the thing from my experience is just like I do like full shifts, so like 6 hours at a time, and I usually make like 150 from that. But like, I guess I don't know. I guess Severin was really slow that day or something.
Yeah. I don't see it as worth it anymore, especially because office shipped, I can work maybe like 2, 3 hours and make 50, 60, up around 100 if I'm
Hmm.
smart enough. I get lucky if people tip.
Yeah.
Because people are more likely to tip with groceries because you're like, dang, I can't go to the grocery store because I have an immunosuppression.
Yeah.
Whereas DoorDash, it's like, man, I don't feel like going down the street to Popeyes. Let me just
Yeah.
order a sandwich.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude. There's so many people who just want bubble tea from that like Gong Chi place or whatever, and like they're literally just across the street. It's just like, oh my god. Okay.
A lot of Chipotle and Chick-fil-A the past couple of days.
I'm
Not on
surprised
Sundays
Chick-fil-A
though.
is still getting a lot of orders because of their recent scandals and stuff.
Bro, you can't cancel anybody. So I've come to that realization uh earlier this week, and by earlier I mean yesterday, because I'm in a Discord. I don't know if you know this one streamer. His name is Shofu. I joined his sub Discord,
Hmm.
and we were talking about recent news regarding the Smash community, and people were tossing around the word canceled a
Yeah.
lot. And somebody was like, "What does canceled even mean?" And like I was one of the people that's like, well, obviously canceled means, and then I stopped and I was like, wait, canceled doesn't really mean anything, does it?
No,
Like,
it's one of those words like trigger and like kind of even Karen at this point, or simp. It's just like there's so many different meanings and different interpretations that it's kind of just like lost all meaning. Like people have been like throwing it out like consistent, like constantly throughout like various situations to where like it's just too confusing to keep track of.
Exactly. To the point where I'm just like canceling doesn't really do anything. Like yes, people can lose sponsors and lose their money off of it, but at the end of the day, it's not like you've ruined this person. You've ruined one aspect of their life, but you have not ended it. This person can still go out and get a job or whatever.
Hmm.
You
The,
probably didn't get them blacklisted or anything, so it's just like congrats, you've gotten them fired from one job, but you haven't really done anything. And most of the time, in the case of this one dude, King Nappy, who was a Pokemon YouTuber and convicted pedo.
Yeah,
Uh,
he came back.
he
I saw
got
that.
yeah, he got canceled and then came back, and then he was about to start streaming on Twitch until people are now yelling at Twitch, "Do not let this man anywhere back on the platform. Do not let him come back in any way, shape, or form. He's done terrible things."
Hmm. Yeah, so
yeah,
like, dude, like it's actually insane. Like I saw the whole Smash thing go over like on Twitter the other night, and I was just like, I was freaking out because like I really like most of those people who like were big Smash tubers and even PokeTubers to a certain extent. I was just like really surprised by the community. Like, how surprised were you when you saw all that?
Bruh. Okay, so I think the first person I heard about was Keitaro, and my only connection to Keitaro was I used to watch old tournament replays, and Keitaro and TK Breezy were like my favorite commentary pair because they just bounce off each other really well. And then I found out what he did.
Hmm.
I was just like, oh my gosh, please don't let this be true, please, because everyone was posting twit longers like yesterday morning. No, I think it was the morning before. The Discord was just full of twit longers to the point where
Yeah,
I didn't even know who's was going to who anymore. I was just like, all right, everybody is guilty. And K-Taro's sucked, and then it sucked even more when he put out his twit longer. That was basically an admission of guilt.
yeah,
He basically straight up said, I did the things, and yeah, I knew it was wrong. I got no excuse for it. I feel like garbage." And I'm like, well, that sucks. Then I heard about Nairo, and I was like, well, I don't really care about you because I never followed you. I heard you were a good player, and
but
that's it.
he's the people's champ, so you can't be like that. Everyone loved Nairo,
Yeah, I know. He seemed like a
even
cool dude.
15-year-old
Everyone
boys.
just ugh,
okay, okay, okay.
ugh.
I have no context behind this Smash Bros issue. All I know is someone got, I think, caught with sexual misconduct against minors.
Okay, okay.
Everybody
All
got
right.
caught.
So
So
please
yeah,
explain it to me.
let's
Please
let's give some
give me a.
context. Okay, so like we were gonna talk about the Smash thing like later, but like I guess like we can talk about it real quick now. So a couple days ago, following the the whole Me Too movie, like it's kind of crazy. Like the past week, I feel like the Me Too movement had like this massive resurgence where it was like it was basically Me Too too, right? Like everyone was just getting like giving their stories and like calling out these horrible people and their actions. I mean, we talked about the Chris D'Elia thing last episode or 2 episodes ago, and recently in the Smash Brothers community, actually, let's scratch that. The FGC community, like the fighting game community, yeah, all this stuff came out, and basically, yeah, everyone's canceled now. So, I only read a couple of them. I read Zero stuff, and I read Nairo stuff. Zero and
Yeah.
Nairo like were these really big Smash streamers. They were really beloved by the community, especially Zero. Like Zero made like a whole like thing of himself recently. Like he basically just made like a whole thing outside of Smash. He had like almost like 1 million subscribers at this point, I think. Some stories came out of him like he basically showed like his underage friends like these explicit pictures.
I'm not 100% sure on the Zero story. I just remember the basic timeline of events. So it started, I believe it was Thursday. It started with one female player named, what's her name? Her name is Sinpai, and she was a prominent Smash player. She was like one of the few big females in the scene, all that stuff. And it came out that she had been doing stuff basically with another player who was 14 at the time. He is now 17. Yeah, it was really messed up. He just outed her. He made a twit longer. It got so bad. Originally, her name on Twitter was Sinpai Speak Out because she was a really big
Hmm.
activist of like Me Too, Black Lives Matter, all that stuff. And she changed her name to just Do Your Best,
Oh
which
God,
made people, yeah, it was like,
that's
oh
weird.
yeah, no, this is very serious.
Hmm.
So followed
Why
by
would you?
Senpai. Oh, go ahead.
why would you change your name and then change your slogan during this crisis? Like, stay
Hypocrisy.
yeah, just stay rooted down to your base roots and be like, I made a mistake, but my philosophy stayed the same. You changing your slogan, you changing what your brand is about, shows irresponsibility. It shows flip floppiness, shows hypocrisy. That's the like, who approved that? Who in their marketing? Who in her management team approved that?
You know what's
Yeah,
funny
just
about that, Sire? I feel like this Me Too movement, more than any other of the other, more than like the first Me Too movement, I feel like there's more people admitting to their guilt this time. At least everyone from the Smash stuff, as well as like the other fighting game stuff. Everyone basically just admitted to their actions like after denying it like one time. I mentioned Zero before. Like basically Zero's first twit longer, which is just like an extended Twitter post that just like goes into more detail. He like originally denied the claims, but then he followed it up by basically like admitting to everything. So I feel like that's like a weird trend. Like people are just like realizing that they're gonna get caught, so they're just like admitting to things sooner than letting it drag out.
well, his very, very first one was basically him saying it was right after Nairo and Kitaro got outed, and he's basically said like these were people I considered friends. I was close with at one point, but because I'm antisocial, I distanced myself, and like I wish I had done something. I wish I had seen it sooner. I wish I had done something to stop this. And people were like, "Oh, dude, you're just being hard on yourself. You really couldn't have done anything. Like you didn't see it, and you were close. There was no way we could have seen it." Then this stuff came out, and he was basically like, "Bro, I have no idea what's going on. I would never do such a thing like this.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's just very suspicious."
So I mean, okay. So like, what is this like? What's the bigger conversation? I kind of wish Omar was here because he actually had like a really deep connection to all these Smash players. Like he actually met some of them when they came to Maryland sometimes, and he had like a much deeper connection to them than I do personally. But what I want to explore what this means for the further conversation. So like, these are just players. Like these are just like major players in the Smash tournaments, I guess. Do you think they'll ever be able to play in professional Smash again?
Absolutely not, and I hope they never come back.
Yeah.
They should not be able to. That shouldn't be an option for them.
Do
Yeah, but the thing at large was people were realizing like how the Smash community is like it's this weird gaming community compared to things like Destiny or Rocket League, where you have a fan base that's like 17 to early mid 20s, right? Smash is one where you've got like your 30 plus and you've got like 13, 14-year olds all in the same venue. And it's almost like not a breeding ground, it's like a
It's
open
more
season.
circumstance. Yeah,
It's
go
like
ahead.
open season for all these predators because it's just an area where there's a bunch of kids like Pape, the kid who was abused by Senpai. It's just
I'm sorry. I'm
they're
sorry. I should not have laughed there, but just
no, no, no,
the
you're good.
two the
But
two words together just was like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Senpai and Pape, yeah, no, these names are weird. By the way, I threw their pictures in the chat so you can see. This dude looks like he's 8 years old.
Okay, so
Yeah, I see that.
He
I,
was
I
14 in this picture.
I think you left this part out in your. So the girl, her name was Senpai, right?
Yeah.
She's like what? She was like 20, right? She was the older one.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. And then she basically had inappropriate relations with this younger boy, right?
Yeah, she did unspeakable things, and it's just disgusting that she would even consider anything with this child. It's just
Yeah, no, it's absolutely disgusting. So like the bigger discussion that I really wanted to talk about is like not okay. So the Smash players, a lot of the elite Smash players got called out well, but like one of the bigger people who got called out recently was this guy who went by Mr. Wizard, who basically was like the head guy for Evo, and
yeah.
a bunch of claims came out for him as well. Honestly, bro, I'm not gonna lie. When the first claim came out, I thought it was I wasn't sure how much ground there was just because it sounded so ridiculous. Sire, I'm guessing you don't really know what this guy did, right?
No, no, no.
I didn't get all of it because I was still following the Smash situation, but I heard he definitely was a pedo.
Okay. So, um, I think what he did was way well. Okay, no, that's not true. People definitely did way worse. But this is extremely disgusting. Basically, what Mr. Wizard did back in like the early days of Evo and the early days of the FGC community, the fighting game community, basically what he used to do was he used to get these like underage kids. Like he was like in his like mid 20s, late 20s, like he was around that age. He used to get like these underage kids to basically do like favors to him, to get like special favors into Evo or like the arcades that he used to run. He used to like be like, oh hey, take all your clothes off and jump into this pool and then take a picture of yourself or stuff like that, or like take a picture of your junk and send it to me. And he would like ask for these favors and like give the people who did them special accommodations at Evo, like places in certain tournaments, or like more access to arcade machines and things like that. He would basically like leverage his power to get like these underage boys to do certain things for him. And this is absolutely crazy to me. Like this sounds like something like out of like a TV show. Like it didn't seem real to me just because like I used to watch like videos of this guy, right? Like I used to like watch videos of him like on the sidelines doing commentary and things like that. And he just seemed like a normal funny dude to me. And I like read all this stuff. I'm just like, my God, but that's insane. Like how do you even think about that like as like a 20-year-old dude?
That is absolutely disgusting that somebody would even think to do something like that. Oh my gosh. It's
Good.
just uh it's been a very rough couple of days for Smash and for the FGC because Evo cut ties with Mr. Wizard, and they've also announced that they're canceling the tournament. In addition to that, a lot of the fighting game companies have started pulling out their support. So like Tekken said that they'll no longer be a part of it. I think
Hmm.
Nintendo said that they'd no longer be a part of it going
Part of
forward.
Evo?
Yeah,
Wow.
and it hurts as a fighting game fan because like Evo is the biggest thing. Like I would watch
Yeah,
Evo matches, just different games every summer.
it's a
It was
Super Bowl. It's straight up the
yeah, it's
fighting
the
game
Super
Super
Bowl
Bowl.
for fighting games, and it was the highlight of my. It was one of the highlights of my summers, just watching different games that I loved, seeing them at like the highest level, seeing different players I liked, learning from them, and now it's like is more than likely officially dead because of this creep.
Yeah, that's the thing I really want to talk about. Like, do you guys think that like because of all these allegations, like this is basically if like Roger Goodell came out with like a massive like amount of like um rape allegations, that's like the equivalent. And like it's just I want to know like is Evo like officially dead now? Because like I don't know if even despite the fact that like they got rid of him, I don't see companies wanting to put their name attached to this again because like this is massive news. Like I saw this all over Twitter. I saw it on like a bunch of news sites as well. That like Evo chairman, CEO of Evo, president of Evo, uh, did all these pedophilic acts basically. I don't see
Right.
like if I'm Bandai Namco, if like Tekken 8 gets announced, I don't know if I want that attached to like Evolution anymore.
If Evo does manage to stick around in the future, it's going to be very rough. We can only hope that like these companies see because staff at Evo has announced, yeah, we're going to make the changes we need to make things better for the community going forward. So we can only hope that these companies see these changes and come back in later. But that means that Evo is going to have to be propped up on like very small games or games that don't have as big of a following as Street Fighter and Tekken.
Hmm.
Games like Them's Fighting Herds, which started out as a My Little Pony fighting game. Like
But
nobody's gonna watch that. All right, nobody's gonna look at that
hey,
and be like,
bro,
hey, this is
there's a
good.
bunch of furries and brownies who are excited about that. Don't say nobody like that. Come on.
Nah, it is a good looking fighting game, but at the same time, it's
Yeah,
like
no,
if
it's
I
it's not
saw
like the
that
main draw. It's not like I was
exactly,
gonna say Smash, but like now there's no players to play Smash, so like no one's like there would be nothing there either.
it'd be like going to the Super Bowl and it's like, all right, so the Patriots are no longer here and the Seahawks are no longer here, but we found these eighth graders who love playing football,
Yeah,
so we're just gonna let them run around for a bit.
one of the kids just has like a hand drawn eagle on his jersey. He's like, yeah, yay.
I drew it myself.
No.
It's rough. I don't know. if they manage to stay afloat for a few years, more power to them. But things are looking very rocky for their future.
Dude, I
So,
think I just honestly, and this hurts because I love the announcements that used to come out of Evo.
oh,
They
dude.
gotta take like 5 years off, minimum 5 years. Like 5 years, just take a break. You get like an entirely new cabinet, like administrative cabinet, and just make it very clear that all the people who caused so much harm to so many people are no longer associated with this.
Okay, so there's so many people related to Evo that have been caught with this. I don't entirely believe that the management did not know anything that had to do with this.
No, you're
I
right,
don't
dude. Yeah.
I don't I it doesn't I don't accept the fact that all these people that came out, like tens of people that came out, suddenly nobody at Evo knew. These are the biggest stars when it comes to these games. Nobody knew. No, I'm convinced it was pushed under the rug, the second agenda or something, because there's no way you let the biggest stars of your games, of your tournaments, of Evo, just you don't know what they're doing. You don't know what's happening at your tournaments. You don't know what they're doing with their personal time. I refuse to believe that.
No,
Yeah,
you're
that's
absolutely right.
another thing that was really important. When the things first came out, people were like, "Is there really no way that nobody knew about this?" And one of the players, Keitaro, he lives in a house with several other like content creators and Smash players, and people were looking at them like, "Did you know about this too? Did you have any involvement with this? Are you just as guilty?" And there was a lot of finger pointing at who might have known, who was compliant, who didn't say anything, who didn't speak up, and it was just really intense for a bit.
Hmm. No, I see very similarities to this and like the whole Jeffrey Epstein thing. Like people definitely knew, people absolutely knew, and they just kept quiet. And that's why it's such a big deal. Like that's why people are like, yeah, Evo's dead. Yes, the Smash community is dead because people clearly knew, and they were just like trying their best not to, like it out and ruin the brand, I guess. Though I thought it
Right.
was funny that like Nintendo basically just condemned everyone. They were like, "Yeah, we regret making Smash competitive. Like when we wish it wasn't like this. Sorry, guys." And good on them.
Sakurai is
Good
gonna
on them.
cut
Yeah.
the fighter pass. He is gonna get rid of the fighter pass just because we don't
Dude,
deserve it anymore.
bro, that's insane. Oh my god, could you imagine that if he's just like, yeah, due to the Smash community's actions, we've decided to cancel any further production of Smash Brothers Ultimate, and he just like flicks us off in the final direct, like it's just like the end, like just yeah.
Smash Bros is no longer a game for good boys and girls.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
all ruined that.
Oh god, they're rolling it back, and that they're not talking about Netcode when they mean that.
Oof.
People like Senpai, they would have different. They would have people related to them. For example, she had a fiance for a long time. You're telling me the fiance did not know anything about this?
Hmm.
Telling me the fiance had no idea? And he's also a very famous Smash Bros player. He in fact won a couple of tournaments with Senpai
Oh yeah,
for
doubles.
for the VU version. Are you telling me that they had no idea? Like he had no idea about any of this either?
Nah,
Bro.
no one's arguing with you, bro. Like I think you're absolutely right.
Oh no, I know. I'm not arguing. I'm just saying like it all these people coming out, it doesn't seem like it was a solo act. I feel like it was pushed under the rug, and I feel like people knew about this. It was just nothing, just like you said with the Jeffrey Epstein thing. People knew about this. Nothing just happened about it.
Yeah, like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, take like 10 years, make sure that no one who was a part of the original cabinet is still part of it, and then just start up because like the fact is, it's not the game's fault. It's not like the companies or the game's fault. It's like these individual players, right? Like if like the freaking NFL had like 50% of its okay, maybe 50% is too much. If like 10% of the NFL players were like had like massive rape allegations, you would get rid of those players. You would still keep football going because it's like
Hmm.
it's a huge thing. So
Exactly.
that's just like yeah. I think it's time to like close the show out. We're almost at the hour mark. So I know we talked about like a bunch of depressing things again. Like the whole Smash stuff was just insane to think about. But I want to turn the tides again, bring some more happiness into the equation, and let's talk about the things that we're excited for. Omar and Hashim are not here, of course, but I mean, I'm still here to talk about the things I'm excited for, and our two guests can talk about things that they're excited for. So I guess I'll start because I'm the host after all.
That's fair. That's a valid assumption.
All right. So the number one thing I'm gonna cheat slightly. There's two things I'm excited for, and they're both TV shows. So like last week I was excited for Yakuza. This week I'm excited for the trailer came out like a couple of weeks ago, but we just didn't talk about it on the podcast. So now is a good time to talk about it. The Boys is coming back. Now, for anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, they're probably confused. But The Boys,
Wait, the boys.
The Boys is an Amazon Prime show that no one has seen. I think Soji's seen it, but I know Sire
Oh,
hasn't.
absolutely.
And
Bro.
I think it's super underrated just because like no one in my circles has talked about it except me. But The Boys was a fantastic show on Amazon Prime. It was basically about like these superheroes and them being part of like this corporation and like how that could basically lead to massive corruption and things like that. It's basically if Superman worked for 2K. It just imagine that. Um, anyway, so The Boys, the season 2 dropped their trailer like a couple weeks ago, and I saw it, and I'm just so ecstatic. The atmosphere, the tone, the writing, it's just so freaking amazing, and I cannot wait for The Boys to come back. So yeah, I know you watch The Boys. Are you excited, my guy?
Oh, absolutely. I didn't know it was coming back already, but yeah, no, The Boys is a really good show. It's a subversion on your typical superhero shows. Everyone is pretty much an a-hole, and
Yeah, dude.
it's great.
Freaking
I can't wait to see
Highlander,
it.
bro. Highlander, bro, is so freaking crazy. Uh,
He's such a good villain.
Yeah, Highlander is basically the Superman of the show. Like he has like all the powers, but he's a complete asshole. Like he's a massive dick. No, it's like one of the best shows that Amazon Prime has ever made. It's honestly one of the best shows that's out now, kind of. Yeah, I think that's fair. Like like in this current generation, like post Game of Thrones, I think this is like one of the best shows to come out in a while.
Post Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I mean, if you're going 2005, yeah, okay, yeah. Oh yeah, so like, sorry, bro. Like, I know, like, I shoved The Boys. Okay, hold it. I don't want to sound like a Smash player right now. I know,
Yeah,
I know, like,
try that
I,
again.
I know, like, I like shoved the show down you guys' throats, but like, are you finally gonna give it a shot, my dude? Like, come on.
Not much to do these days except my classes. So I just Googled it and I heard your description. I heard you and Soji rave about it for like the last 5 minutes, and I'm gonna give it a try. I think it looks like a decent show.
Yeah, and I'm
My
sorry.
question is,
Oh, go ahead.
my question is it a teen drama?
No,
No,
bro. No, bro.
Thank God.
You're gonna know what type of show this is in like the first 10 minutes. Like you're gonna know
first
exactly what show. Okay. Yeah.
I'm getting a Arrow Flash vibe from it.
mm-mm,
No, dude. No, dude. Not at all.
No,
not in the slightest.
Sire,
It is.
watch the first 10 minutes. Oh, go ahead, Soji.
It does a really good job of. It is a superhero show, but it does a really good job of building tension. Like there were so many scenes where I was like, "Oh, I don't know how they're gonna survive this," and yeah,
Not just that, but
I'm
like when I started watching the show, like I had the exact same hesitations. Like I was scared it was gonna be like really CW or like really low budget. But then like the first main scene happens, and you're like your jaw's on the floor. Like you, Sire, you are not ready, bro. Like, that's all I'm gonna tell you.
no, you was a really high standard on the show. It better not suck.
Okay, and I'm sorry that it's not anime, by the way. I know that's like your main thing.
Yeah, I mean, these days I've been branching out a little bit because I realized I watched a lot of anime in the last year and a half. So I need some real life content.
Mhm.
The thing is though, any show that I've watched or been recommended is a teen drama. And
Yeah.
I hate teen dramas.
No, Sam. Yeah. I freaking I think I was talking about this with someone earlier this week, but I can't watch the CW shows, bro. Like they're just so cheesy to me. I can't.
Not even that. Like, it forced me to watch 13 Reasons Why. And I was
oh,
watching it and I was just holding my head in pain and agony. Like, how do I get through this? Because it was literally one of the worst shows I've ever watched in my life, honestly.
Mhm.
what season was it?
Oh, I had to binge 3 seasons to catch up. Then we watched the fourth one together.
I am so sorry.
But I won't lie. At one point in the show, I genuinely started getting shivers and like frightened. And have you guys watched the show?
I've
And
seen the first 2 seasons. I skipped the third season because I heard it was garbage.
Good job. In the second season, I think one of the guys gets assaulted in the bathroom really badly.
Oh,
mhm.
oh gosh.
Yeah, and I have never been one to be affected by gore at all. Like at all. Like it's never affected me even as a kid. I watched that scene and dude, like I had to put my phone away and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take a walk. It was like 3 a.m. and I took a walk to get my mind off of things. I was like, yeah, okay. I've never seen a show disturb me.
Mhm.
But besides that one scene, the entire show was actual dookie. Like it was not a good show. It's not a show that should have been more than a season, honestly.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. Like, I know the synopsis, and I was just so shocked that I got season 2 because like the first season synopsis kind of feels like a self-contained story, you know. Like I was surprised that they stretched it out for that long, but I guess it was popular, you know.
Hey man, the third season is a murder mystery, so that gives you an idea of how long they stretched it out and how little they had to work with.
Mm.
The third season has absolutely nothing to do with the actual original premise of the show. It is a complete diversion, complete different part of this. Like it could have been a show on its own, honestly.
So are we talking like about like
Is Hannah Baker in the third season?
No.
so
Oh my god.
is this like a JoJo Part 1, JoJo Part 4 type thing?
Oh my goodness.
No, because actually, yeah.
Okay, hey, maybe I'll check it out. No, I'm kidding. I won't. Anyway,
No, check it out. Please save yourself the time. Do you know how I watch the show? I would watch 10 seconds and skip 10 seconds, then watch 10 seconds, then skip 10 seconds. And I wouldn't skip a beat because that's how slow the show is. That's how little the content is.
You watch it like a YouTube video.
If you want to know what happens, I recommend watching I Hate Everything. He covered season 3. He covered season 1, 2, and 3. So just watch his video and you'll see why it's bad and get the story, and you'll save yourself 13 to 39 hours.
God. Yeah, maybe. I'm honestly not that pressed. I feel like it's out of the cultural zeitgeist anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, but you know what is about to come back into the cultural zeitgeist. So this is the second thing that I'm very excited about. And this might be more Insider's lane because it actually is an anime. Now, I don't really watch that many animes nowadays just because, like, I don't know. I'm one of those OG anime fans. I watch, like, Naruto and all that normie shit. But, like, this thing right here. Okay, so back in 2008, there was a DS game called The World Ends With You.
Yes,
And it was one of the most amazing experiences of my young life. I played it in like 2010, and without a joke, like no hyperbole, it is one of the best DS games I've ever played in my entire life. It is the only DS game that somehow managed to use both the top screen and the bottom screen in a way that wasn't freaking useless. Like I felt like it used it super well. Now, the reason why am I bringing up this really old game is because this week they announced that the show is getting an anime adaptation. And at first, I wasn't that excited because I was like, like they'll probably mess it up. But then I watched the trailer, and literally, as soon as the main character Neku opens his eyes and you see the art style, you're just like, oh my god, this is going to be amazing. I literally had such a nostalgia trip. The number one thing about The World Ends With You was the story, the characters, the gameplay to a certain extent, and then the music. The music is so freaking hypnotic, so freaking fun. It's one of the best video game soundtracks I've ever heard. I can't wait to hear it again in this new anime adaptation. So I am recommending The World Ends With You, the anime, whenever it comes out, just because it's reawakened something that was dormant in me for like so long, and I cannot wait for it. You have no idea how much that game impacted me when I was younger. It's so freaking good. So do you know what I'm talking about? Like, have you ever played it, or am I just like?
I heard really good things about it, and I was interested in it when it got ported to the Switch, but I don't know. I just never got around to picking it up. But
Okay,
maybe now will be the reason I pick it up.
So
beat it before the show comes out, and
that's the crazy thing. So I don't recommend the Switch port. I was gonna get the Switch port, but then I saw it and it's not good. The Switch port looks terrible. So like
really,
here's the issue. So the reason I bring up the fact that it works so well on the DS because they use both the screens. The Switch is just one screen, so they had to like redo the controls, and now the controls are basically unplayable. They use like motion controls and the joysticks to like control both characters. When on the DS you use the D-pad and the touchpad to control both characters, and it's awful. Don't play the Switch port, bro. If anyone wants to play the game, I know this is extremely difficult and it's probably impossible for a ton of people, but play the DS version. The DS version is still a definitive version in my eyes because you control the top character with the D-pad and you control the bottom character with the stylus, and it's just so much fun. It's so freaking immersive, and the music and the story it gets you right into the world. It's so freaking good. Either that
or $30 on Amazon for the original DS version.
I know there's also a mobile phone, like an iPhone version. I think that's better than the Switch version as well. So maybe you could just play that as well. But yeah, bro, like
It's super hype.
I
What?
cannot wait to like explore the city of Shibuya and like Neku and Rhyme and all of them and like play the Reapers game again. Like I'm so hyped. I'll just quickly say this real quick. The plot of the game is basically the main character Neku wakes up with like a timer on his hand, and he unwillingly takes part of the Reaper game. Where he has to complete certain missions, or he'll be like erased from the world forever. And he has to like find a partner who was like also playing the Reapers game, and you just like explore the massive city of Shibuya with your partner and just like beat monsters and do missions and things like that. It's really freaking good. And the music, bro, like the music, if if you don't play the game, just listen to the soundtrack on YouTube. Like it's just so freaking good. And I can't wait for the show. And I'm just like letting everyone know about this right now.
Nice.
I just been talking about this. I looked it up on YouTube and I watched some playthrough of it. I'm watching part 7 of the playthrough, just like watching it really fast. It looks like a fun game, and the graphics of it and the animation of it looks very unique. And it looks like a game I would want to play.
Dude, that's the number one thing I'd say about it. It's the most unique DS game I've ever played. It's one of the most unique games I played in a while. Like it's really good. Like you use the stylus to do certain moves with Neku, and then you use the D-pad to do moves with his partner. And like it's really freaking cool. It's a really unique take on the DS and things like that. I'm guessing you're watching a Switch version because like I don't know if there's any walkthroughs or gameplay of the DS, but you know it's
There
whatever.
definitely is. I'm watching one right now.
I think this is the Switch one, but it came out in October 2018. I don't know when the game came out on the Switch.
It actually the port came out like last year, I think, but the DS version came out in 2008, so it was a while ago.
Mm.
But it's getting an anime now, so like people can experience the story and maybe the music and the art style for it looks exactly like the game. And I'm just so excited, bro. Like I know I just nerdgasmed right now, but like it's just I'm so excited. I've been holding this
Oh
in to
man,
record the podcast for like a while now.
hey man, like it's one of those things you have to get excited for. It's like it's not a small thing, you know. Like it's like me getting excited for Gen 4 remix, Pokemon Gen 4 remix. I'll be dying over it.
That'd be beautiful. I need it.
I literally told like I'm gonna buy a brand new Switch or whatever the console it is, with like the Gen 4 skins on it because I don't care. That what created my childhood. That game, Pokemon Platinum, created my childhood. You know. So I completely understand you go fanboying over this game. Like it makes sense. I'd be concerned if you wouldn't fanboy over a game.
But the crazy thing is, I forgot about it. Like I forgot about it for years, and it's just reunited basically.
Mm.
All right. Well, enough for me. Like I'm kind of lightheaded now. Soji, what are you excited for, my guy? I know you have something. I know you're on this podcast for a reason. So what are you excited about?
Yeah, so I also have 2 shows and then one personal project that I want to promote. So the 2 shows I'm excited for, one is called, they're both anime. Because unlike Sahir, I have not watched enough anime in the past year, and I've been really slacking on watching the new stuff. I just started watching Love Is War, but another new
Mm.
anime that just dropped that I'm really looking forward to watching is called BNA. It's on
Hmm.
Netflix. It's a Studio Trigger anime,
Oh,
and
nice.
Studio Trigger did Gurren Lagann and Kill la Kill
Don't
and
forget
Darling in
Promare.
the Franxx. Oh yeah, Promare. Promare is one of my favorite anime movies. It's they just do really good looking, colorful, fluid animation. It's so much fun to watch. It just dropped. I'm really looking forward to it. Their stories usually kind of whatever, but I enjoy them for the most part. And yeah, BNA just dropped on Netflix. I'm gonna give that a look pretty soon.
Hmm.
The other show I'm excited for is Fire Force. Fire Force is like
Yes,
it's my guilty pleasure anime because I know it's not good in terms of story.
but it's fun, and that's what
Yes, that's it.
matters.
It's so much fun to watch because it's also another really well animated, really fluid looking. It's so bright, it's so colorful. Like
Hmm.
I watched the new opening that they had, and there's just so many colors in it, and I cannot wait to start watching it. Also, the if you're on the fence about starting it, I recommend just watching the first opening. And if that does not have you bopping your head or dancing around, you have no heart in your chest.
You know, I'll
So
be
yeah,
honest with you, bro. I kind of low key hate Fire Force, but only for one selfish reason, and it's because it's
because
holding
it's
back
also
JoJo Part
filler.
6. So like David Productions is making that show, and they make JoJo stuff. So since they're
Is it
working on
really?
Fire Force, they're like, oh yeah,
Nah, you're gonna have to wait until like 2025 before you
yeah.
can even get a whiff of JoJo Part 6.
But I'm glad Fire Force is good for the meantime. It's way better than their previous projects, from what I can tell.
Yeah, Fire Force is it's not something you go into for the story, because I'm gonna be honest, there were some things where I'm like, I physically told myself just shut your brain off,
Hmm.
because if you start thinking, you're gonna hate it.
Dude, I
But
feel so bad for all the anime conventions because they're gonna get a bunch of people dressed up as firefighters, thinking they're going to like do something, but nah, they're just cosplaying.
imagine if an actual fire breaks out and they all have to run from the building while the actual fire department runs in.
I'd be like, "What are
That
you
is,
doing? Go! The fire's over there!"
it's like, who do you think caused the fire?
Oh,
Oh.
oh man.
That's a funny coincidence I don't want happening.
Yeah, no.
So
And
about BNA, the show you're talking about, it was in my recommended for the longest time, and the only reason I didn't even get close to it because I saw the title, not the title. I saw like the cover art, and I was just like furries, and I was like, no.
Furries.
yeah,
God.
yeah, no. The first time I saw it, I was like, "What is this? Is this
Is this
Zootopia,
is
but
this
an anime?"
Beastars too?
Yeah. And then the first episode's called Runaway Raccoon, if I think, and I was just like, furries, no, back up.
Yeah. The trailer had me interested enough to be like, I'm seeing things and I don't fully understand these things, so I want to know more and I want to give it another look.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So, and again, Studio Trigger, my favorite anime studio. I don't pay attention to studios usually. I'm just like, anime come out, I consume. But Studio Trigger is the one where I'm like, I can tell that they made this and I can tell that they put work into making it. So
Yeah,
I'll definitely give it a look.
they definitely have a really good art style, and like I think they give their animators like lots of freedom too. So I really like that.
Those are two things on my watch list.
And the more important thing that you want to promote. Hold up, the number one reason you're on
Yes,
here.
yes, ladies and gentlemen, I have become a streamer on twitch.tv
Yay!
slash FBI Agent 57.
What's that again? So you
So,
might want to say that louder, bro. People might be falling asleep towards the end. So like
yes, I am on twitch.tv slash FBI Agent 57. I'm really excited to start streaming. I recently bought my capture card. I'm ordering more equipment like a working microphone, a decent internet connection. But yeah, I'm really having fun streaming right now. It's just me and my friends. We play Warzone just about every night. We have not gotten a win, but I think the journey is more important than the destination. And yeah, come on this journey as I hop on the road to affiliate status on Twitch.
hey, nice.
I said, yeah, that's the name of a lot of my streams. It'll be some dumb title and then road to affiliate status.
Yeah. Like what has been like the most fun so far? Like give the people like something that y'all do that like would entice them.
Honestly, just the commentary between me and my two other friends that play with me, Mufaro and Anthony. There's it is a very dysfunctional group between you can see it in the very early streams. Anthony did not know how to play the game. So that was a fun learning curve. Me also figuring out that I don't know how to shoot for anything, but I'm slowly getting better. And Mufaro, I can't put him into words, so you would have to just tune in to find out what
Dang, that's
he's like.
nice.
But I think my favorite clip of him was right after I bought him back, and he was like, "I'm gonna go for a loadout," and then 2 seconds later, he said, "I should not have risked it," right before dying.
Oh God, you just hear screaming like, "Oh God, I shouldn't have done that."
That is exactly how it happened. I watched him just slowly parachute down, and then it said, "Teammate is dead."
Oh God, that's good. Oh my God.
But yeah,
Yeah, no, like I definitely check it out all the time. Yeah, you guys do really good stuff there. I enjoy y'all's banter, though. You
yes.
gotta make sure I can hear them. That's the one thing I can say.
Yeah, once more equipment starts coming in, I'll be able to stream other games. I got my Elgato. I just need a working mic. So I really want to get into streaming some games that I've had in my backlog, like
Mhm.
Persona 5 Royale. I bought
Mm.
that, but I haven't cracked it open yet. I'm really looking forward to playing that on stream, as well as God of War. I've seen a bit of that on
That a
the
boy.
PS4, but I really want to. Yeah, I know. It's an old game, but I'm really looking forward to playing it for the first time.
Nice, dude. That'll be really awesome. I really want to see your reaction to certain things in that game.
Yeah.
Just remember,
Yeah,
Thor is an asshole in that one. Just so you know.
Thor is an asshole in just about everyone.
All right. Well, Sire, I think you had enough time to think. So,
Well,
what are you excited for, my dude?
well, I spent the last 30 minutes thinking about what I'm excited for, and I realized I am not excited for anything this week. But to stick with the theme, I'm going to talk about some anime, and I'm going to educate our viewers on little bit. Um, there's animes on Netflix called Baki and Kengan Ashura, which are
Yes,
essentially
sir.
which is essentially animes you turn your mind off and you watch a bunch of grown men beat each other senseless, and it's really fun to watch. But people don't know there's an anime called Megalobox now available on Netflix,
Sir.
and it is an amazing anime with the same type of fighting which Kengan Ashura and Baki viewers would love, but it has a story and an amazing written story. And my favorite part, it is a hand-drawn anime with it is a hand-drawn anime with the animation of Cowboy Bebop. Megalobox is an amazing anime. I watched it about 3 years ago. Season 2 has not come out. I don't know why. Arslan's better at finding stuff out like that, but
It's coming out
Arslan is
next
just the one
year.
that next year, amazing.
Yeah.
See, I'm currently rewatching the show. It's amazing. I recommend it to anybody that's trying to get into anime or likes old school animes. It's honestly a great show.
Mhm.
It's about robot. To give a quick summary, it's about a guy on the outskirts of society who wants to get into robot boxing.
Well,
A
not not
robot
not
enhanced.
not robot boxing. It's like they wear like mech suits. Well, not
Yeah,
like
it's
full
and
mech suits, but like
yeah, it's like enhanced boxing, and he has to fight like all these people like the top of the world, and he's like any anime, any shonen essentially, he's like better than them already. So it's a show about that. It's great, honestly. Like I recommend it to anybody. And the second thing is the show Parasite. I started the show like last week. It's a great show. Kind of weird, but like I recommend it to anybody watching or like wants to watch new anime and stuff. It's on Netflix, easy watch. Great show, yeah, great anime.
yes. Make sure you watch the anime, not the live action version. The live action version will just make you laugh, and not in the good way.
Yes, yes, yeah. Just make sure you watch the anime.
It's Parasite with a Y, not an I, by
Oh
the
yes,
way.
not to confuse it with the Oscar-winning film. Yeah.
Yes, it's Parasite with a Y, where the I is. Great show as well. But honestly, like I have to say this, a lot of my friends just die on Baki and King in the Shard. Like, oh my god, fighting, fighting, fighting. And like, if you just sit down and watch Megalobox for 30 minutes and just don't stop
Mhm.
watching it. I think it's in dub 2 now, so like watch it in dub if you have to, if you're just that slow. But it is a great show, like literally top 10. It's one season, but it's in my top 10. It's that good. I have to recommend it to anybody.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
and
absolutely. I just finished watching it and I got it. It's so good. Like I never thought I would care about a sports anime because I haven't watched one in years, but Megalobox was just that good. Like I was on the edge of my seat, and there were a couple moments where I audibly gasped. I was like, "Bro, did
mhm.
he actually just?" But yeah,
And I
fantastic.
think what's really awesome is like the second season there's going to be a time skip, so they can do so much with that as well. I think it's
I
going
want
to be
to
like
see.
5 years later or something like that.
I want to see Joe as a teacher, still throwing hands.
Yeah. All right, so I think this is a really good place to end the episode. Thank you guys so much for listening to episode 12. We like to shout out all of our listeners across the world, and I really appreciate you guys. Don't forget to comment and like our YouTube channel as well, just to make sure. So, Suji and Sai, y'all want to say anything before we go?
Just thanks for having me on. I've been looking forward to being on here for a bit. I was wondering why I didn't get an invite sooner. I mean, it's whatever. I
I mean, hey man, we had a busy schedule of 0 guests. I'm saying no, no, we'll definitely have you again, man. Don't worry.
appreciate it. Thanks for letting me come on here. And again, just a quick social media plug: twitch.tv/FBI Agent 57 and twitter.com. What is it? At TWO Black number 4 and then Snap. That's my Twitter. Follow me, repost random stuff. I let you know when I'm going live. And yeah, that's all my stuff.
Sire, anything?
That's a wraps. I don't have much to say. Follow me on Twitter, Playboy Packy, Two Eyes. I'm just happy to be on the show. I'm glad to be a part of this. It's a great thing we're doing. I'm really glad we have a platform to talk on random things. And I think our friend group is people that have very dynamic issues, and we could talk about a lot of things. I'm really glad I get to talk to you guys about this stuff, and thanks for having me on the show again.
Yeah, no problem, man. We'll definitely see you again. All right, cool. My computer's about to die, so bye, guys. Bye.